Good evening. How's everybody doing? We're gonna run through the market real quick, kind of see what's going on, and see what we can get into. Thinking we're looking good on some positions here. We're gonna check that out in just a moment. All right, all right. Moving into the chart. Let's get and see what's going on. So we got Bitcoin. Didn't see this before, but just now realizing it. Right, we're kind of moving into a what we call an incline wedge. Very sketchy position. We can see the price action here, really clean. I showed up here on the 4 hour. We got higher lows. We have higher highs. It's just if you look at the higher highs, our growth is significantly less, aka sloping a lot harder, right? No, not really harder, but a lot less than our lower lows, right? Our lower lows are going up significantly. This is showing price actions building up, but hitting the ceiling. Essentially, is what's happening. Could price break back up from here? Sure. So we could see price break right back up into this range, at 25.2, kind of hit a top there and come back down and reject. I'm not expecting a huge breakout here because we could also see price play inside here and then pop out, right? And then after this pop out, we can then see rejection, right? Now, that doesn't mean that the move has necessarily failed versus, this is just something that happens. A lot of people like to try and call this a failure because price action breaks out, but most of the time it's not. It usually results in a bigger move on the end and then a drop down to the bottom. Currently, I'm looking at, that as a possibility, but I'm also looking at it's not even doing that and just kind of falling through and kind of retesting, right? And then after the retest, we end up kind of playing our way back down to the lows. And what I'm expecting here is this thing to turn into like one big W, right? And for price to start pressing this upside. So that would essentially look like this. It'd be a double bottom, right? Double bottom into an up move. Over here, we had kind of a similar move, much bigger volatility, much bigger moves. And then we had the breakdown, right? So this is your incline wedge up here. Price broke down. Price expectations were all the way down to, about 32, 33K, the previous low. Price ended up falling through that, finding that as resistance, and then dropping lower, right? So a lot of people are expecting big moves all the way up to here. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see at the end of the day. I think most of the liquidity gets grabbed probably around 26.7, from there all the way down to 2,500. I'm expecting a breakdown from here. So we could see a pop, like I said. We could see price action, actually move back up, reject, and then come back down. So that's always a potential too, but we'll see at the end of the day. I'm just showing you guys different examples here. So this is the 4 hour, this is the daily. So this is what we call a descending wedge, right? So a descending wedge is basically the same thing. Price breaks down to break out, right? Price breaks up to break down. Price breaks up to break down. Very obvious price action moves. You can't get any simpler than this. You got to consider that trading, in a sense, in a general scenario, right, is done by bots. So if it's done by bots decide price. So if bots decide price, then at the end of the day, it's not like, these algos that we're seeing, aka shapes of price action movement, which are algos, are not realistic. A lot of people seem to think that, oh, they're just manipulating price. The bot is moving price, not a person. The person's injecting the money, but the bot is moving the price. They're taking the buys and the sells and exchanging the buys and the sells. It can be manipulated by money, but at the end of the day, price action builds based on an algorithm, right? And price action tends to build towards liquidity. So it tends to build toward liquidity and then move away from that zone for liquidity below, right? Or vice versa. It tends to build towards liquidity and then move that way towards liquidity above, wherever liquidity may be. Now, liquidity can be found in these type of chart patterns. And these type of chart patterns are basically how you can find out where liquidity is going next. AKA the drop, AKA what I expect the drop, right? AKA the drop into the move, so on and so forth. These are very clear and precise examples of what that looks like. I could show you another one here. So we basically have the same thing here. Another incline, very easy to see. right? And you're probably like, well, what about this? Why ain't you? Because this is not part of the incline. This is the retest. That's what it is. That's a retest. Over here, as much as I would like to call it an incline, I think this is more of a bearish channel, right? It's rising price, rising price. These different types of things right here are very visible and very easy to see within the chart patterns. And you can see, if you look at the size of these, look at the size of these. They're typically almost all exactly the same size. Look at this. It's nothing insane. Look, you look at price from here to here, you're looking at roughly 62 days. Okay. Come over here. Here to here, you're looking at 63 days. Oh, coincidence, right? Come over here. Here to here. Oh, look at that, 74 days. Not too much more. Here to here. Oh, look at that. What is that? 60 days? Really, really weird how these patterns tend to play out in the same time frames each time. Gotta pay attention. Gotta pay attention. You gotta look for the patterns. Gotta look for the moves. You gotta understand everything that's going on. I just showed you the exact same, almost to the date days, amount of days per price action move. I can't make it any easier. All built on an algorithm. All built on an algorithm. That's all it is. All right, now that we understand that, now we can go ahead and look and see what we can get into. Again, looking for a short, you know, potentially, again, we could see a pump back up to the top here, 25.4, 25.5, whatever, maybe even 26, maybe break out a little bit, but expectations are to go low. Again, I'm expecting this to turn into a W formation, right? Which would end up breaking out and then breaking back down. It'd be a sell. So then we'd see the lower lows after the W formed. Okay. SPX, similar scenario. So I wanted to kind of cover this. I know a lot of people are like, oh, this is the bottom, this is the bottom, this is the bottom. First off, some of you may use MA, some of you may not use MA, some of you use SMA, so on and so forth. Anytime we have big dips, always touch the moving average, guys. Look, I'm gonna show you guys a moving average. This is your 50, right? This is your 100, this is your 200. You see the moving averages. Did we touch our 50? No? No? Okay. So, with that being said, I still expect price to come lower. We haven't touched our 50, haven't dove into it. Anytime we have major crashes, they typically result into something like this. Big drops down. Drops down. Drops down. Big drops down, right? Before we tighten. And so on and so forth. I can't make it any easier. So, expectations are price can rally all at once. I'm expecting price to come back down. I'm looking for a tightening in the move, guys. This is ideally what I'm looking for. Is a tightening in the move, okay? Oh. Let me pull that off. Give me a second. Over here, same thing. So we get the same thing every time. Tightening, right? And a tightening usually occurs after erratic price action movement, aka this. This is just a stimulus pumping price off, and now we got stimulus going away, so we should see price action kind of dial back for the S&P. Now, do I think it's going to happen immediately? Probably not. Probably price keeps pushing, keeps kicking, right? Look at what we're pressuring now. We're pressing the monthly lows here. Look, boom, 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 right? So we got price action all the way across. Price action looks good. You know, right now, I think the highest this thing could probably go is probably roughly around 43, 46. That's my ideal price range. We'll see at the end of the day, but you know, that's basically where it goes. That's my thoughts on that. So Ethereum, don't get me started. Don't get me started. Look, we're at the top of range. Overbought. Money's flooding in. Get out. Not financial advice. Do what you want to do. I can't make it any simpler. I'll clear my entire chart. I'll show you the most easiest, simplest thing in the world. Boom and boom. Can't make it any easier than that. I can't make it any easier than that. We know where that goes. All right. And this is extremely way more incline than Bitcoin. Not to mention the overbought scenario, right? When Ethereum goes, it's going to go. This looks like Luna when I called Luna. This looks like Luna when I call Luna. I would get out of that. Do what you want to do. That's just it. All right, 55 cents. ADA. Oh yeah, remember I said we'd pop out a little bit here? I'm expecting this pop out, and I'm expecting to retrace. Probably a pop up just a little bit higher, right? They make the whole move. We could see these things they can go either way, really, in reality. I'm expecting price continuation, but we could see that pop, like I said, all the way up to 76 cents, and then that drop all the way back down to here. And this could be based on the news, you know, the ADA news, all that good stuff. All right, Matic here, ascending again, kind of here on the end. Bottom, not too bad. Matic did have the inverse here, so a lot of people didn't realize, but you know, there was bullish divergence on Matic prior to the Disney move that everybody, you know, thought that price action was moving on that. It did have bullish divergence prior to that. So price action showing really high, stochastic showing really high, so be careful with that one too. All right, let's move into Solana. I'm not gonna lie, Solana. So as much as I want to call this a breakdown, as much as I want to, I think we go up. Probably $81, something like that. I think we go up and then come down. But you know, that's just my thoughts on Solana right now. We're kind of stuck in this zone, not really moving out of the price action zone. So nothing too crazy. If we look at RSI, stochastic, it matches exactly what I'm saying. Way oversold, way oversold. Starting to move up. We can see pressure starting to build. We can see pressure starting to build, right? With price action. I would have really liked to see bullish divergence, which I'm not seeing that. So, you know, this is either going to be a flop or a bust, right? Or a boom. So we're going to see price action go extremely up, or we're going to see the same flop and drop. So be really careful with that. All right, let's move into, oh, looks like I got a sub. Awesome. Let's move into the next one. So Google again, top of range at the 50, way overbought on the stochastic. Look at this. This is almost vertical, guys. Be extremely careful right now with stocks. This is almost vertical on the stochastic. And some people are like, oh yeah, just runs the top forever. I don't know about all that. Under current economic conditions, I don't know about all that. That sounds pretty crazy, right? We'll see at the end of the day, but I think it's extremely overbought. We got Google here. Look at the RSI. Look at the RSI. Look at the stochastic. Insane. Be very careful with that. Amazon, again, looks like it's topping. We've had 1, 2, 3. This will be the third day resist, or actually week resist at the zone. I'm looking for a pullback, roughly about 123.36. Nothing's changed there. Lucid, hey, still in that consolidation. I think Lucid's looking for a pump though, probably about 26. I think it's going to break out this consolidation relatively soon. We got higher lows building up to a flat top right here, so ascending move, which you know typically goes up. Low cap too. So if we look here at Adobe has broken out of the OB, gotten above the OB. This could just be a false breakout though and come back down, so be careful. Give it a couple days to play out. This is on the weekly, by the way, so I give it a little bit to kind of verify what it wants to do. If you look here at the O2, I'm still looking to be bullish. I'm looking for it to come back, hit top of trend, and then bounce off back up to 3846. That's my ideal range for O2. This is the bond, 2-year bond, just FYI, O2. Tulip, price to maybe come back to this 346 roughly. Possible bounce off that. We can see right here, extremely overbought. There's so many things that are extremely overbought right now. You gotta be really careful. Twitter hitting the 50, still very bearish. Stochastic saying way oversold. It's because nobody's interested in it, to be honest with you. But you know, expectations, price will probably move up to this top around $70 and then come back down again and break. I'm expecting this thing to you know, eventually break down, but we'll see at the end of the day. US oil, nothing too crazy. We still have good support. We're still above a good zone. We can come all the way down to like $66 and still be bullish on oil. Oil is nothing crazy. I know a lot of people are talking about oil pullback. I don't know. Right here, bearish channel on BNB, top of range. Looking for BNB to come all the way back prior to 272. Shopify back under range. So we talked about this before. This is very bearish for Shopify, expecting price to come all the way back to $30.70. If we look over here at Albemarle, so this is like a high risk stock scenario. You see it here, it looks like we got a double top. This is extremely bearish. And then not only do you got a double top, you got bearish divergence based on the price action at the top here. So you got the same high, right? And you got lower lows on strength. You got oversold, overbought. This is a short all day. Albemarle Corporation is a short all day. All right. So Moving to US government bonds, 2-year yield. We already talked about that. Moving into the dollar. Dollar is not broken down yet. Dollar is consolidating this 106 zone. We could see a breakout for the dollar. I want to pull back to this 103 and then a move and then a shot up. So keep your eyes on that. Won still pressuring down. Won's dying against the US dollar. Not good for won. Looks like Ethereum topped right here. You can see it right here. So Ethereum, it's got a ways to go. It can drop really far. DOT pressuring my support. If DOT comes back down, expect support around this consolidation zone around 808. If it breaks below that, you're looking at, all the way to the bottom of the consolidation, 627. XRP hitting the resistance all the way across, expecting XRP to come all the way back to trend and probably break down to this OB right here, right around 34 to 30 cents. Come over here to the 2-year yield. So I want you guys to understand, this is the 10 and the 2. This is the yield curve. We are lower than the 2008-2009 crisis. We are almost lower than the 00 crisis, the dot-com bubble. This thing takes a while to play out, but this could be signaling a significant crash in markets. We are way lower than what we were in our previous 2 crashes. And I know they're trying to say soft landing, but I don't know if that's possible with the yield curve inverting this far. All right. Bitcoin, again, expectations, AMD, top, weekly, looking like it's going to come back down. All the way back down, expectations, 69.70. Beyond Meats, short all day, coming all the way back down, probably to trend. I would take my first position on profit, $30. Take my second position, 21. All right, Harmony 1 got hacked. Nothing too crazy. Expectations for price around 23 or 0.023 cents, and then potentially become as low as 0.019. Expected highs are 0.039. Nothing too crazy here on CLV. Oh, way overbought. I wouldn't look for an entry on this. KNC, not looking for an entry either. This looks extremely bad. Let me see here. Hero, we did get bullish divergence here, which looked really good, and it did get a pop. We get a pullback. Hero might be looking for a leg, right? So I'd be watching that one. We're already above the 50. It looks like we're dropping back below a little bit. We'll see what happens at the end of the day. Stochastic is starting to move into the oversold state. We ends up way down there, and we're still up high. That might be a good position. Neo, propped up hard. I think Neo's going to come down hard, though, at the end of the year, so I wouldn't really be touching that one. Hollow, again, bullish divergence. Easy to see. Price then pops. Moves up. Nah, I think price is going to pull back. Probably that 0.002363. Ape coin. I'm expecting a cup and handle here. I know it sounds crazy. That's expectations. A hit, a pop, a hit, lower high, and a drop. That's what I'm expecting on Ape, all the way back down to $4.15. That's what I'm expecting to play out eventually. All right, price action for Kyber looks really good. We're at the bottom of consolidation. This whole zone right here is consolidation for Kyber. I think Kyber long term might actually be a good pick. This is really crazy the way it holds a zone, but something to keep your eyes on. This is the lowest it's ever been. It's never retested that, and we've been really oversold on Kyber for a while. I have to look into the network a little better. Expectations, Tesla. Tesla is going to be a beautiful move. I think Tesla, we're looking to come all the way up, test the high, right around a K, right? Come all the way back down to $500, $500-ish, 580, 540, the range. And I think Tesla's a breakout, man. Like this thing, this is insane. I haven't seen a widening wedge descending on anything other than Tesla. I mean, maybe I got to look more, but this is the only one I've seen. You got the ascending move here on the monthly. You got descending here on the monthly. You can look at it on the weekly. It's clean. Look at it on the daily. It's very clean, right? This is a precise move. I'm expecting volatility to pick back up, and I think it'll really show. Gold looking very bullish. It's crazy. I know people will be like, what do you mean? It's gold. It's not worth anything, yada yada. This is a bullish channel. Expecting gold prices, if we can close below and engulf this candle, to come all the way down, probably to like 1600s, right? 1640, 650. I would be buying, because this thing can break out at any time. Bullish channels break out big. These are big moves. So yeah, we could probably hit 2000 from that. That's 25% gain right there on a pretty safe asset, I'd say. volatility index. I know a lot of people keep saying, oh, volatility, down. We're still in an uptrend on VIX. Okay. Nothing has changed. The market is still, in its uptrending volatile state. We're not downtrending, right? This is a downtrend. This is an uptrend. This is our best markets. These will probably be our worst markets, right? Look at it, 2007 all the way to 2009. See that? We stayed in an uptrend. This was our market crash. All right. The market doesn't end. The crash doesn't end till the VIX breaks the trend. That's just the fact. This is a good market. This is a bad market. This is a bad market. This is a good market, right? This is a bad market. Look, all the way up to our .com bubble. Then we start downtrending. You do get signals well ahead of time. So definitely the VIX is a great indicator of that. This is the volatility of the top 500 stocks. Really good indication of where we are in price. Now, if we break trend and start trending the other direction, that's great. That'll mean that, volatility is going down and we're looking for good markets ahead. That's a good indication to start taking positions and looking to get in different positions. Small cap, low cap, mid cap, high cap, all that good stuff. All right. Well, that is about it on my market coverage. I hope that helps some people out. And I will see you later. Have a good one.